All right, so good afternoon, everyone. Can you hear me?
Good afternoon, sir.
All right. Okay, so this afternoon, this is our another session, no? And this is Component B class meeting. This is continuation, no, of the seminar, given to you by Dr. Ray Castro last time, and so we will just deepen, the things, no, that we've discussed last time. All right. So by the way, I am Sir Benji D. Bainopas. I am your coach, no, for the code 8851 and 8280. Right. So this afternoon we will be checking, no, your cover letter and resume. I believe that you're able to submit, no, your cover letter and resume yesterday. Yesterday was a deadline, no, and submitting to the Blackboard, and hopefully everyone was able to submit. And then another thing is that we're going to discuss career portfolio, which is one of the things that you're going to submit, no, in the subject. Is one of the highlights also of the CAED 500 na subject ninyo. And we will be discussing, no, the composition of career portfolio. This afternoon also I'll give, no, some reminders and things that we're going to do um, uh, until such time that we'll be able to finish, no, CAED 500 this term. All right. Okay, so let's start, no, with the first one. Let's try to edit, no, your cover letter. So you try to scan, no, your submitted cover letter. Okay, and let's try to find out, no, things that you have to revise, or your cover letter is already good and it's for good enough for submission. Okay, remember that the basic format of a cover letter follows that of a business letter, and these are the following, no, things that you have to bear on your minds in creating your cover letter as you design it. Okay, you have to um, consider length, spacing, and then also the margins and alignment. Let's start with the length. You try to check, no, if your cover letter is being kept to one page. If it's not one page, so that means you have to revise that one. Okay, you have to write one paragraph for introduction, 1 to 3 paragraphs to highlight your skills, and one paragraph to conclude. Okay, so you try to check the paragraphs that you've put on your cover letter, and try to contemplate on it if it is an introduction, or it was able to highlight your skills and be able to conclude, no, on cover letter. So later on we'll be discussing on those paragraphs that I have mentioned. Another thing is that you have to also bear on your minds the spacing. Make sure single space yung cover letter mo. That means the whole thing, no, the whole page is in a single space. All right. So you can actually do that one in the Microsoft Word, wherein you're going to set, no, into 0.0 spacing, I think. Yan, or single space. And then leave a space between addresses and dates in the heading. Later on, I'll give an example. Leave a space between each paragraph. Then leave at least 3 spaces between your complementary clause and type name, and sign your name in ink between your complementary clause and type name. Okay, so I'll give an example later. Another is the margins and alignment. Make sure that you use standard margins, that 1 inch ang top, bottom, left, and right. And all align all paragraphs to the left of the page, now for an easy way of formatting, now some margins and alignment. All right. So let's have an example. So here's an example, no, of a cover letter. So we will start with the date, and then after the date, 2 spaces. Okay, and then use after the 2 spaces, doon na yung addressee. So in the addressee, you have to uppercase and boldface, not the name of the addressee, and then the position, the name of the company, and then the address. After the addressee is have 2 spaces. After the 2 spaces is the salutation. In the salutation, make sure you use the proper honorific name, and then the surname, and then you end it with a colon. And then you start now with the first paragraph, the introduction, wherein you're going to introduce and also tell the purpose of the letter. So, diba, you are going to apply for a certain position. Make sure that the position that you've mentioned there is specific, not general. no? And then you also mentioned there, where did you get the information, no, about the job vacancy? So that's the first paragraph. That's the introduction. And then you can have 2 or 3 paragraphs regarding skills and qualifications. So you can actually get, no, or know the qualifications based on the job vacancy, no, na nakikita ninyo in some advertising, no, na mga platforms. And there you can start, no, creating paragraphs regarding your skills and qualifications. All right. And then the last paragraph is the conclusion, wherein you tell, no, to the addressee na you're eager for an interview, you want to schedule for an interview, and there you can write also your contact number and also your email address. Then after the last paragraph, the concluding paragraph, 2 spaces, and then you start with, and then after that is your complementary close. And then 2 to 3 spaces, no, that's intended for your signature. Make sure to write your name, your full name, and make sure also na same with the addressee's name na naka-boldface and uppercase siya. Excuse me. And then below your name, you write the word applicant. Use serif fonts, no, in creating cover letter, since this is a technical writing, no, a technical write-up, so you have to use serif fonts. It's like, for example, in your thesis, di ba, you use Times New Roman or Bookman All Style because these are technical, no, na mga write-ups. So we have to use serif fonts. Make sure to use 12 font size in creating your cover letter or resume. Right? So make sure lang that all paragraphs are justified, no, and every paragraph meron kang 1 space for that. Okay, and so there you go. You have the cover letter. So you try to check, no, your cover letter that you have submitted yesterday. If there are things that you have to revise, so you revise it, no. Later on, I'll give instruction, no, for the revised, no, na cover letter and resume. Okay, so far, do you have questions or do you have clarifications with regards to cover letter? You can raise your hand. No, you can just turn on your microphone and then ask question. You can also use our chat box, no, for your questions. Meron ba? Do you have questions? Or is it clear to you? Were you able to grasp all those information and check your cover letter if it's okay na? Winning cover letter na ba iyan?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Yung mga nakita ko na example sa internet, sir, merong sa pinakataas before ng date, merong nakalagay na name and then name ng applicant and then yung mga contact information niya, sir. So, okay lang ba na maglagay ng ganun, sir, or mas better na wala po?
Okay, so with that, now you start with the date. So because you already mentioned, no, in the last paragraph, no, your contact number and also your email address, and then also your name was already in the complementary clause. So there's no need for you to write that one. That's actually the traditional way, no, of writing, no, na the cover letter, wherein it's somehow by office to office na way. So since this one is like you are outside, no, of the office, you don't have a parang relationship inside the office, so that we start with the date. So wala na yung heading.
Thank you, sir.
Alright. Another question. Baka meron pa kayong observation. All right, so are we good?
Sir,
Okay.
excuse me po.
Yes.
Good afternoon, sir. Am I audible
Afternoon,
po?
Kyle. Yes, you are.
Sir, I just wanted to clarify or ask with regards to the paper of writing cover letter, what is the proper paper po that we need to use? Is that short po or A4, or is that really matter po when it comes to writing po?
As to the CAED 500, no, that we're actually doing right now, no, we use the A4, no, the bond paper, no, for since that's actually a international standard. So then you can actually use no short bond paper, no, for like outside no na of the university, but here no in the university and in our CAED 500 that you're going to use, no, you use A4 bond paper. As long as the paper is tawag nito, dili scented, okay, and it's used for kaning technical na write-ups, and that's okay. So wag na yung mga colored bond paper or mga scented paper.
Thank you so much, sir.
All right. Other question? Okay, I think so wala na. So let's proceed. Okay. And so we're done with the cover letter. Let's go to the next one, which is the resume. So here are some checklists no, on creating your resume. All right. So if you're going to make or create a resume, make sure it's 1 to 2 page in length. And since this is not a curriculum vitae, no, na wherein you can lay down all your qualifications and your experiences. Resume naman kasi is like we use no for like entry level no na mga position. So make sure 1 to 2 page in length because HR people are busy people, so they just scan no your resume and together with the cover letter, and they try to see no if all those qualifications no that they've mentioned in that job vacancy are there, and once those qualifications are there, then you are good for interview. So that means that in one page it's okay no and better no to have one page no wherein all of those information needed by the HR are already there, and just for one glance, okay, this is good for interview, something like that. So make sure it's tailored fit to the position for which you're applying. Okay, so you have to be specific also no to the position no that you're applying, especially in the objective, no, career objective. Make sure specify mo doon what position that you want to apply for. Okay, and then make sure it's neat, well organized, and easy to read. So that means you have to consider no your font style, font size, and also the way you organize no, the details no of your resume. So be consistent lang in formatting, font, and also the content. So check for proper grammar and punctuation. Make sure it's appealing to the eye, not to the point no, that you have to put a lot of colors so that it will become appealing. So that means that make sure it's really clean, no. The content no are well organized so that no the HR no will have an interest no in reading no, your resume. Okay, so it should be printed on quality neutral colored paper. So same thing no with the cover letter. So make sure na the paper that you're using is a good paper no has a quality. Use strong action verbs and power words, free of spelling errors. So I believe no that we can actually have no errors no in spelling since we use Microsoft Word, and Microsoft Word can actually detect a word once it is misspelled. All right. So another thing is make sure it's updated and current. So don't or avoid no putting your high school na mga information no, or elementary no because it's understandable. And if you're going to see no the qualifications, 'di ba may nakalagay doon college degree or college degree graduate, something like that. So you start there. No? So you start na sa imuhang college. So do not put na the high school, elementary, and primary because understandable that once you graduate college, you're done with your basic education. Okay. So avoid duties included or responsible for. So again, you have to remember that resume has to have only 1 to 2 page in length. and you have to maximize that one. So anything na parang it will kind of minimize of you putting other information na very important, you try to delete it na. So like for example, yung duties and responsibilities, no, in your work experience, if pwede na naman na yung work experience mo lang and then the details, no, or yung duration lang, no need for you to write those duties and responsibilities so that you can maximize putting other information na needed for the qualification of that position that you're applying. So ganun. But then if you can see naman if in terms of yung parang aesthetic niya na uy parang kailangan dagdagan ng information kaso I don't have any information na pwede pa ilagay. So you can maybe you can write like sort of gamay lang na duties and responsibilities of that experience no para lang ma-maximize yung space. Okay. So but then if there are other information pa na kailangan ilagay and then nilagay mo pa yung duties and responsibilities, baka you can delete na lang that one to prioritize those other information na needed for your qualification. Okay. Use numbers such as percentages or amounts of money and has been proofread by at least 3 people. That's why we're doing this. No, we're having this meeting and I'm also discussing to you things that you have to put on your resume and also your cover letter so that it will be proofread, not just you, but also through the seminars and meetings that we're doing so that you'll have a winning resume also. All right. Okay, so in resume, so you have actually the freedom not to have your own style of presenting yourself, presenting your qualifications. Unlike in the cover letter we're in, this should be the spacing. It should be like this. It should be like that. But in the resume, you have the freedom now. Okay, because it's your brochure. No, it's how you present your yourself no to the employer no, or to the HR of your qualification for that position that you're applying for. Okay, so here's a sample. Okay, so of course, before that career objective, you start with your name, your address, your contact number, and also your email address, no, yung mga contact personal information. Okay, so that's why in the personal information, there's no need for you to write your height, your age, di ba? May mga anak na mga resume. So there's no need for you to have that one. You always go back to the qualifications. Okay, ano yung nakalagay ng mga qualifications dyan sa job vacancy na yan? Yun yung ilalagay mo dyan sa resume. So that once the HR would see this one, be able to read, okay, this is perfect for an interview. Okay, so you can write your work experience, education, skills, affiliation, awards, achievements, the trainings and seminars that you have attended, then character references. In KAID 500, no, it is necessary that you're going to put your character references. Even though that once you would apply for a work, diba, you may put there that once mag-request no, ng you will just write character references no once it is requested, but if not, no, wala. So but then here in our subject KAID 500, so you have to write your name and also you have to write those people no na kailangan for reference. So ano itong character reference? So the character reference is actually these people no will help no the HR tell no if this information that you've mentioned in the resume are actually correct. So there's no need for you to write those immediate family, like your mother, your father, your sister. No. So these people will help the HR confirm the information that you've mentioned in your resume are correct. So say, for example, in your educational attainment, of course, sino man, the professor, the dean. So yun yung ilalagay mo doon as character reference. If you've mentioned your work experience, so you have also to mention your like manager, no, or people no in that company, no, that can tell no that you really work on that company. Okay. Okay, like for example, you've joined an organization, you've mentioned their affiliations mo. So you can also mention no in the character reference, or you can put someone in that organization that can also help the HR tell, okay, this person is actually active in this organization. Okay, so dili pwede immediate family. Okay, so in the character reference, you write the name, the company, the position, and then the contact number of that person. Okay, and make sure you have to tell to that person na nilagay mo as your character reference, oy, nilagay kita as reference on my resume, baka may tumawag sa'yo. So ito yung mga sinabi ko in my resume. Or you give a copy of the resume to that person. And make sure na dapat dilin mo sa awayon. Okay? Kasi baka once nag-away kayo and then tinawagan ng HR, baka iba ang isabi. So you have to be careful on that. And then another thing is the infographic. You can have the infographic. Ayan. Ayan. Okay? Questions? You have questions? Do you have questions for the resume?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Do you have any tips po, sir, if ever na fresh graduate and then wala pang work experiences or anything po?
You highlight your things that you've done during the college days, like you joined the mga college na mga activities, like mga contest, or you join the mga organization or mga seminars na sinalihan mo. You can actually highlight that one. Like when I was in my first year of teaching, what I highlighted, kasi wala naman din ako experience in teaching, what I highlighted are those activities that I joined during my college days, where I joined mga literary competition. At some point, these activities are actually related to the teaching, wherein I can coach students or something like that. So with that, pwede mo siyang ilagay as your way of telling that you're a person na active and a person na has this what we call interpersonal na kaning attitude, so if dili nimo ma-highlight kayo ang imong experience. Ayan. So you go on to the activities that you've done during your college days or even outside of the university na ginagawa mo. Okay, mga civic na mga activities. So ganon. So you just have to know your strength, so para ma-highlight din mo in your resume. Other questions? Other questions? Wala. Okay, so I think you're done. Okay, so yun, that's it for cover letter and resume. So hopefully, you're able to grasp all those things and try to review the resume and cover letter that you have submitted yesterday and try to revise it. Okay? So anong gagawin natin doon sa revise? Ito na yon. We're going to have our career portfolio. So this is very important in order for you also to have this documentation of your achievements and things that you've done in the university. Kasi para mag-graduate kayo, you become confident of your qualifications kasi mayroon kayong mga evidences. So that's why you have to create career portfolio. Okay, what is this career portfolio? This is a collection of things, artifacts, tangible materials that represent your work-related events in your career life. It provides evidence of your potential by demonstrating what you accomplished in the past. So tanong nito ngayon, saan ang mga certificates ninyo? Okay, or mayroon ba kang mga activities na ginawa na mag-enhance and be able for you to be prepared for the workforce. So kung wala, so time for you to do something on that. So why should we use career portfolio? It offers better way of demonstrating your learning and it adds value to your potential for specific kind of work. This is the best way to show your skills and capabilities when the industry needs it. Another thing, it helps you get a sense of who you are, and it builds confidence, and it helps a potential employer form a good impression of you. So it is the best tool for you to help assess your learning and to compare it to the employer's need for skilled, capable, and potential employees. So ito naman talaga yung tinitingnan ng mga employers, di ba? If you are really suited for the position na vacant sa kanila. So how will you be able to get that position? Of course, there's a need for an evidence, and Career Portfolio can help you with that. It will help you build your confidence. So it will prepare you for the interview. And once maabot na ka sa interview, basig makulbaan ka, at least hatag na yung Career Portfolio. So they can actually scan all those things, and baka doon you'll become confident na of presenting yourself. So convince them of your skills, your abilities, and qualities. And with that, you can communicate clearly and showcase your skills and be able to demonstrate the result of your work. Okay, so this is one way also of creating your personal database. So para di lang sa FB ang inyong database, okay, dapat naabot sa inyong hard copy. And once it is needed by the company, or needed mo for the interview, so meron kang madala. So it will assess your own progress in your career development, because learning is a continuous process, tama? So try to see and evaluate your patterns also of your work preference and values. So Career Portfolio is very important. So that's why you have to submit this one for the subject CAED 500. So ano yung mga details na kailangan? So kailangan may cover page, then table of contents, then you also have to put your cover letter, resume, then artifacts, evidences, professional goals, and then work samples. So let's try to discuss this one. Okay, so this will be submitted sa ating face-to-face na culmination day, which will be discussed later. So kailangan na siya sa portfolio siya, and then naka A4 bond paper, and then at least don't use those original documents, photocopy lang. Okay, and then try to add some visual appeal para ma-inspire pod mo sa inyong career portfolio. And then at least 4 artifacts should be put in the career portfolio. Okay, let's start with the cover page. So of course, ilagay mo yung code and then your name. Make sure the cover page is also tailored fit to your course. So lain kay architecture ka o may butang nila kay mga kaning sa pang education. So dapat suited siya to your course. Then after that, the table of contents. This must be the contents of your career portfolio. The application letter, so ito na yung revise. Okay, the resume, professional goals, artifacts and evidences, and then work samples. Okay, so ito yun siya. These are the 5 contents na dapat makita namin. Okay, so yung sinabi ko kanina na revise, so mag-revise ka ng cover letter mo, then ilagay mo sa career portfolio. Same thing with the resume, the revise also. Okay, so and then professional goals. So this one, this is the indicators of professional goals. So kailangan, 'di ba, you as a young professional, soon to be young professionals, you have to have your goals, 'di ba? Why you're doing this, So these are the indicators of professional goals: career advancement, financial stability, health and wellness, added skills, community engagement, and personal satisfaction. These 6 indicators, kailangan lagyan ninyo ng goals. Okay? So of course, as soon to be young professionals, career advancement is necessary. Kasi nga, once you go outside of the university, hindi lang kayo nag-graduate ng course na yan. So there's what we call competition. So what's your edge among other candidates for that position? So that means you have to have your goal on your career progression. So career advancement may involve desired position, postgraduate degrees, and other certification. You know your industry, di ba? So dapat alam nyo kung ano yung mga steps in advancing your career. So that kung ano yung desired position ninyo in the near future, makuha nyo talaga siya. Okay? So it's up to you. Anong timeline ninyo? 5 years from now ba? 10 years from now? So you have to do something on that. So like for example, if you're a teacher and you want to go to the Department of Education. So ano ba yung mga yung advancement na kailangan in your career so that you can be teacher 1, teacher 2, or master teacher. So yun. So try to create a goal on that. Another is the financial stability. Okay, we know that this is very important since during the pandemic we're able to experience kung paano mawalan and in terms of emergency situation. So di tayo makagawa ng things that we want to do in order to survive. So this refers to securing your finances. So what are your goals, no, in order for your finances to become stable? Okay. Another thing is health and wellness. So, diba, this refers to creating bigger picture of your health and well-being. So, health is not just about your physical health, but also about your mental, your emotional, even the spiritual aspect of your life. So, what are your goals on that in order to balance and be able to be happy, no, and satisfied, no, of yourself? So, kailangan may goal din tayo dyan. Another thing, added skills. So, di ba, ngayon, di ba, grabe kayo ang changes in the industry. So, that means na dili lang pwede na ito lang yung skill na alam mo. So, in order for you to become successful in your workplace, kailangan meron ka ding gawin in terms of those weaknesses mo. Like, for example, your soft skills or hard skills. No, like, for example, in communication, alam mo na weak ka. Why don't you join a certain organization like Toastmasters Club para ma-enhance ang imong communication so that once you'll be in an industry, no, you will become good in communication. So, ano yung mga skills na kailangan mo i-improve? So, have a goal on that. Another is community engagement. So, aside from that, of course, we have to give back to our community. So, ano yung mga goals mo in engaging in the community? Whether it's about consulting or involvement in a certain group, of organization, or you collaborate with them in order to give empowerment and also improvement to the community. So try to create a goal on that. And last one is personal satisfaction. This refers to the activities that you want to do. So this may include travel goals, relationship goals, hobbies, or anything that will satisfy and distress you. And kung masabi ninyo ngayon that you students are stressed, lalo-lalo na din once you'll be in the workplace, there will be another types of stress, no? And so in order for us to become motivated pa with the work that we had, so dapat may goals din tayo na magbigay ng satisfaction, no, on ourselves and give motivation not to go on with the life. So yun yung 6, no, na indicators of professional goals. So you create on that and try to create naman parang aesthetic on this. So para ma-inspired ka naman, di ba? Na okay, once ito pala yung mga goals ko. So kailangan ko bumangon in order for me to be able to achieve these goals in life. Ayan. So butang-butang po siya og design para ma-inspire ka. Okay. So aside from professional goals, you also put artifacts and evidences. These are yung mga recognition ninyo, like na-lister ba mo or nag-join mo og seminar. So butang ninyo. So at least 4 kabuok na ng mga certificates. So anything na mga certificates na gipang-apilan, not just inside the university, even outside of the university. Or kanang nahimo kang employee of the month or nagkuha kag in situ. So katong certificate ibutang nimo siya. So please do not put the original, the photocopy lang. And then work sample. So ito na yun, mga samples ninyo sa inyong mga course. Like for example, if you're a teacher, so ibutang nimo yung lesson plan or imong instructional materials. If you're accountancy, so di ba na may mga activities like financial statements, something like that. Or for architecture, inyong mga designs, okay, or basta depende sa inyong course. Like psychology, so inyong mga assessment or case studies. Ayan. So those are things that you have to put on our examples. Okay. So that's it for career portfolio. Okay, questions or clarifications with the portfolio. So this will be printed kay mag-culmination man tag face-to-face. So i-print niyo sa inyo, ibutang niyo sa tong folder good nga na mga paper, ay mga cellophane. Kalimot ko si tawagan niya na. Masa ka nang ginabuhat as portfolio. Questions, clarifications. Clear ba sa tanan? Sige na, you ask questions kay para basigan na imong question po na sa uban. Okay, wala na? Okay, please be reminded of this mga things that you have to comply no in component A, B, and C. Like for example, di ka nakasali ng seminar, di ka nakabigay ng application letter, resume, or di ka naka-join ng culmination, and you're not able to submit career portfolio, so ma-NG ka na. Okay? So kinahanglan, masubmit na nimo siya. So kung dili ka maka-join og mga seminars, so you have to wait for another schedule that would be on the next term, and once maka-join na ka ana, then that's the time no na ato ang i-process ang imong grade. So once dili maka-join or na kay mga activity nga wala nimo nakuha dira or nabuhat, you'll be marked NG. Yes. I will put no a sample of career portfolio and BB Learn. Okay. So we are also streaming live no on my YouTube channel, so you can also review this one. Okay. So ato lang mo sa ako ang YouTube channel. So para makita ninyo ng discussion. Ato lang ninyo dara. Ay, anong LPT? Dili day. Sorry. Dali. Kana day siya. Official. Baka ang spelling. Okay. Sige. All right. Okay, so please be reminded also of the schedule. No, Component C seminar will be on Feb 23, 2023. So this will be on personality development. So ito na yung mock interview ninyo at saka yung sa inyong attire. Okay? So in the culmination day, that would be on March 7, 2023. So to be announced pa kung sa gym ba, sa Bolton, or sa Matina. So anyways, on Feb 23, i-mention man yan kung ano yung mangyayari sa culmination day. And then during the culmination day, meron tayong activity na we're in. We're going to have our Mr. and Miss Kaed. So this Mr. and Miss Kaed is actually an application of our mock interview and also yung interview attire. So dapat meron tayong representative per code. So this morning, meron na tayong representative no sa 8851, sa 6271, pero wala pa sa 8280. Kasi pwede na makakuan. Kasi pwede na mahimong representative. So basig taas kay mo standard dili ha, ang ato ang ginaunsa lang dinhi is we are able to practice the the way to answer the interview question and also the attire ha. So walay discrimination in terms of height, walay requirement, okay? So anyone, no, pwede jud kaayo mag-join ani. Okay? Sige, kinsa may pwede mag-representative sa 8851? Wala kay Mr. Kaed dinhi. Lalaki. 8851. Kana si Paulo Agua. Sa man 8851 ka, Paulo?
Dili ko 8851, sir.
Asa man ka? Asa mo code?
Kalamot ko, sir, 6671 ata to, sir.
6271?
Ay,
Oh, wala pa tayo Mr. Kaed. Ikaw na lang ha.
Ayaw, sir, dili ko, sir.
Kisa man. Sa 8280, kinsa pwede mag Mr. and Miss Kaed. Sige na. Para na yung representative ang ato ang code. Sige na, oy, go, give your best na kay, di ba, last na ninyo na year sa UM? So, make it memorable, di ba? Si Kairos, unsa man si Kairos? Unsa imong code, Kairos? 8280 ka? Gusto ka mag-Miss Kaed? Ha?
Dili, ano akong code, sir, like.
Unsa man? 6271?
Yes, sir.
Ay na naman si Lovie Legato. Kisa man sa lalaki? John Wayne Angelo ba ni? Ano sa mo ang code? Dali lang. Sige na, ano ka kuan good, dali ra man ni siya. Sige, anyway, sige lang, makakita lagi gapon ko. So, dapat na adjy kuan na ay sa tawag ani na ay representative per code. Please So, pwede man mag-approach, no? Adrian Villarosa. Pwede rin, no? Si Adrian na lang. Ang sa mong code, Adrian.
Ay, dili lang ka, sir.
Dili lang kasi. Ang sa mong code.
6271, sir.
Oh, wala tayo, Mr. Ano, sige na.
Nakoy
Ikaw na lang.
ma-recommend, sir, si
Kaysa may ma-recommend.
barkada na ko, sir, si The Sir.
Asa man si The Sir?
Ayan, The Sir.
Mag-estudyante mo siguro na ko ni si The Sir.
6 to 7 man yun, sir.
Kana si the sir.
Ah, naghanap nag-recommend. Ay, sige, si The Sir na ha, Ryan.
Lagi ko, sir.
Ay, kabala sa mga Ryan. Okay na kayo na. Pahit na kayo. Sige, kinsa pa? Sige lang, skip lang sa nato na. Okay, kinsa may, aside from that, na ay naka-assign sa ato for the culmination, and we are the for technical and also for the documentation. Kasi pwede mag-technical ka nang sa mag-operate sa laptop for the preliminaries and mga kaning audio. Kasi pwede maka-volunteer ana. Pwede sa taga 8280. Kasi 8280 din eh. 8280. Okay lang ba si Shaina de Maano? Okay lang ba na ma-assign taka for the technical, and pwede ba na you can na lang ask other help from other classmates na lang nimo or same nimo og code? Shaina May de Maano. Shaina, hello? Technical lang man kanang sa lang operate, maghanay lang sa mga music and kuan sa program, mga music sa program. Kada lang siya. Dito lang siya sa gilid. Di man paso-paso. baka pwede you can create a group na of students na sa imong code lang. Unsa bay code nimo Shaina?
A280 po, sir.
Wow, 8280. So, okay lang siya. Sige na, kamo nang sa inyong grupo. I mean sa inyong code. Ma-assign ani. So, anyways, program will be given naman, and then kamo na bahala in terms sa mga kinahanglan na unsa-unsa music and all. Thank you.
Sir.
All right. Okay, so I think that's it. Wala na ba may questions? Anyways, na may componency seminar. So, pwede rin po dito. Pwede mo mag-ask a question. Okay? So, before anything else, before we will end on our session this afternoon, let's try to contemplate on this video. Okay?
I just hate to see points taken away on that.
But if there's another one, I think he will be taken.
I think he will. You're right. Corrales, despite us. Oh, there he goes. There goes Corrales. A shot. Accurate left hook to the face for Castillo. Will he get up?
6, 7, 8. Come to me. You all right? You want to continue? Okay, here we go. Time. Come here.
His mouthpiece was knocked out. He'll get a few extra seconds here.
Put it in.
Joe Goosen smartly, very slowly, putting it back in. It was a one-punch knockdown. Corrales in deep trouble, obviously. He's in big trouble. I think he's done.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Come here.
this is really becoming a huge round for Castillo if the bell. He's taking a point away from Castillo, from Corrales for spitting out the mouthpiece. For losing the mouthpiece twice.
He didn't even know what happened. Here we go.
I think this would be a 10-6 round then.
Could be.
He didn't know he dropped the mouthpiece. He didn't know it. Boy, Castillo looking to finish this thing up. Corrales, a desperate fighter, and a right hand for Corrales staggers Castillo. Oh my goodness. Can he survive this? A left hook, Castillo staggered once again. Both fighters, but Castillo won't go down. He's never been down.
I don't think I've ever seen anything quite like this.
Left hook from Corrales. Castillo's wobbly. Now here comes Corrales. Unbelievable! 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 Unbelievable!
All right, so nanggigil pud ba mo? Okay. So just to tell you know that life is like we are in a boxing ring, that every day no is we are always in the battlefield, no, and there are a lot of punches no that will be given unto us. So it could be about problems, pains, struggles in life. But then if you can see no doon sa boxer, no kapila siya na knockdown, still he gets up. No, so as long as there's a time, no, a place pa to stand up, no, a reason to stand up, and then go on with life. So we still have to pursue the things no, that we want to pursue. Okay, so I know every one of you, no, graduating na, gamay na lang kulang, then you'll be able to get no the diploma that you want to. So I think, wala ko kabalo, I don't know what's the situation right now, but this is to inspire you, no, na every one of us, no, may battles in life, but what we have to do is just stand up whenever we are knocked down. No, it's okay, no, to rest for a while and then stand up again. No, it's okay to be knocked down, but it's not okay to be knocked out. Kasi nga once you are knocked down, you still have 10 seconds to stand up, diba? So 10, 9, so yun yung ginawa kanina na ng referee. So kaya pa ba? Okay, kaya pa, sige, stand up. Fail na po. Okay, kaya pa ba? Yes, stand up again. Okay, but it's not okay to be knocked out. Kasi once you'll be knocked out, you're out of the game. So you lost. And remember, you are not destined no, to fail, but you are destined to become victorious. So always declare victory in life. And in order for you to have that one, is that you have to be determined of what's your purpose. No? Nandito naman kayo. You've been in this journey. Gamay na lang. So, nganong mo give up man? Okay? So, there's no need for you to give up. No? And instead, you stand up and be able to achieve the dreams and aspirations that you want in life. All right? So, that's a reminder to everyone, especially you young professionals, soon to be young professionals. And hopefully, no, that whatever desires that you're having right now, you'll be able to fulfill it in the right time. Okay? So I think that's it. Thank you very much. See you on the next meeting, and that would be on the componency seminar sa AV-ASA auditorium. Okay, if you have no questions na, thank you very much, and you can leave na our meeting.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome.